Hello viewers, how are you all? I hope so everyone is fine. Now today we are coming to see the water reaction mechanism. Before this reaction mechanism, I have made the water 3 videos which are completely related to basic concepts. So once you go through with, if you are not perfect with basic concepts, how to identify hybridization in case of organic compounds, and what type of carbon atom we have, primary, secondary, tertiary, and what type of hydrogens are there, primary, secondary, tertiary hydrogens. So, and also brief history of organic compounds, why organic compounds are some millions of organic compounds. Those all I had explained you. So I mentioned in the description also. So in this video also, in the description also I will mention. So you try to watch those videos if you not watched. So those who not yet still not subscribed, those you can visit once Appa Chemistry classes and subscribe it and like it if you really like the videos, and if you got some information, if you have learned some subject, then you like it and share with others also. So now next we are going to see the water reaction mechanism in that first concept. So how organic reactions are represented as. So these organic reactions are represented as in this manner. So this is what actual representation of organic reaction. Representation of organic reactions. So this is a representation of organic reaction actually. So organic reaction contains some reactants will be there. Those are also called substrates. These substrates react with attacking reagents in presence of suitable solvent. They will form the intermediate compound. So these intermediate compounds are very, very important. After formation of that intermediate compound only product formation takes place. So now here intermediate compounds are also said to be transition state. So that is every reactant has to cross the water this transition state. So it is having some certain energy. So that energy it has to cross by the reacting molecule or substrate molecules. After reaction with the attacking reagent, they has to cross this transition state. Then only those substrate molecules are converted to products. If they are not converted to, if they are not crossing the transition state, means they won't form the water product. So it is the most important one. So how, what type of, based on this intermediate stability, we have mainly 2 types of reactions are there. What type of reactions those we are going to see in this video. Now first type of reaction is what? Kinetically controlled reaction. Kinetically controlled reaction. Kinetically controlled reaction. So second type of reaction is what? Thermodynamically controlled reactions. Thermodynamically controlled reaction. So 2 types of reactions are there: thermodynamically controlled reaction and kinetically controlled reactions. So now you see here the kinetically controlled reaction. Kinetically controlled reaction in the sense the reaction which depends on the stability of intermediate. So which depends on the water stability of intermediate. Okay, now so stability of intermediate. So here the terms inert and labile. Inert and labile are belongs to what? This kinetically controlled reaction. Labile and inert are the terms which are related to the what? Kinetically controlled reaction. But whereas thermodynamically controlled reaction, which are very slow reactions, which does not depend on the stability of the intermediate, which depends on the temperature. So which depends on the temperature. So they are called what? Thermodynamically controlled reactions. So here at high temperature the product formation takes place in case of thermodynamically, which only depends on the temperature. So these reactions, thermodynamically controlled reactions are somewhat slow, but whereas kinetically controlled reactions are what? Somewhat faster. Now you see here the kinetically controlled reactions depends on the water stability of intermediate, which depends on the temperature. Now we will take the one example. With that example I will explain. Now I am taking the 1,3-butadiene. So this is what 1,3-butadiene. So 1,3-butadiene. this 1,3-butadiene is added with HBr. So here what happens? Electrophilic addition reaction takes place. H plus and Br minus. So first electrophile will be added. So on which carbon it has to be added? Electrophile. This carbon is there and this carbon. All are the what? Double bonded carbon. So at which position the this H plus ion should be added? So now you see here. Say for example, if the hydrogen is added on this carbon. So then what happens? It becomes what? CH2 becomes a CH3. And this pi bond will be shifted here, then it becomes CH2 minus, then H plus will come and substitute here. Then what happens? This carbon is losing the electron, so this carbon is getting the positive charge. Which type of carbocation it is? Which type of carbocation it is? Allyl carbocation. So it is a double bonded carbon. Adjacent carbon is what? It is allyl carbocation. This allyl carbocation is what? It is stabilized by resonance. It is what? Stabilized by resonance. So then what happens? Easily this nucleophile easily substituted this positively charged cation. So Br minus will easily substitute on it. So we'll get the what? Stable compound as what? Br. Now in this case, which type of addition is taking place here? 1 and 2 position addition is taking place. 1, 2, 3, 4 it is. So then what happens? It is 1, 2 addition. This 1, 2 addition is depending on the what? Stability of the carbocation. It is a more stable carbocation. If the hydrogen is substituted on this carbon, then what happens? We are going to get the what? Positive charge here. But this positive charge is what? It is not the allyl carbocation. And also it is not the secondary carbocation, so it is an unstable when compared to this one. So corresponding carbocation is more stable and it is also stabilized by resonance with this allyl, the double bond which is present here. So then what happens? Due to that stabilization, this allyl carbocation is more stable. This 1,2 addition is called what? Kinetically controlled reaction here, because this reaction takes place at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius only, at low temperature only. So here it is mainly depending on the water stability of carbocation. But whereas the same reaction which we are taking here, reaction with HBr at very high temperature, that is more than 25 degrees Celsius. So then what happens here? The pi bonds here, the H plus and Br minus. What happens? These pi bonds will come here, this pi bond will go here. So then what happens? This carbon will get the partial positive charge. This carbon will get the what? Negative charge. Then what happens here? So this carbon is getting the partial negative charge. Negatively charged one will be attracted by this hydrogen. It becomes CH3. So this positively charged one attracted by the what? This Br minus. So here in between this single bond, it becomes what? Double bond. So which type of addition it is? Which type of addition? 1, 4 addition. So which type of addition it is? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 4 addition. This 1, 4 addition is said to be what? When it will takes place 1, 4 addition, the delocalization of pi electron, when it will takes place? At high temperature. It is depending on the temperature. So this 1, 4 addition is said to be what? Thermodynamically controlled reaction. So it is what? Thermodynamically controlled reaction. Means what? It is not depending on the stability of carbocation here. So it is what? Plus charge. This carbocation is unstable. Even though that reaction takes place, because it is at high temperature, it is carrying at a high temperature, it is a slow process. So 1, 4 addition takes place very slowly. Okay, now is that clear? So what is meant by kinetically controlled reaction, thermodynamically controlled reaction? Have you understood? So now I will tell you in graphically, so how to identify which is an slow one, which is a fast one. So I am taking the water here, Gibbs free energy versus reaction coordinate. I am taking the water on y-axis. So Gibbs free energy, I am taking free energy function. Here what? Reaction coordinate. So simply what you can take here? So energy or Gibbs free energy, whatever it may be. Here initially the substrate molecules are there reacted. So these are converted to what? Products. Okay, na? So it is what here? This is the kinetic energy. This is what? Activation energy. This is what? Activation energy. Say for example, so this is one reaction and another reaction is what? Another reaction Now this is another reaction. So it is say for example it is A product and this is what a B product. So this is B and this is A. Now which is formed quickly? Which one is formed quickly? We had already seen the what in chemical kinetics. More is the activation energy, the reaction rate is slow. The rate of reaction is very slow. Here the rate of reaction is activation energy is very less. Then what happens? The rate of reaction is very fast. That is what this reaction is very fast. That is which reaction it is? A reaction. A reaction is very fast, which is depending on the what stability of intermediate. So it is what to kinetically control the reaction, which is taking place fastly, kinetically controlled reaction. But whereas if you are taking this one, so it is what to, it is having more activation energy and also it is forming the stable compound. So it is what to, it is a slow process. This is what to slow reaction. So it is a fast reaction. So it is a fast reaction. Okay now. So it is what to thermodynamically controlled reaction. Is that clear everyone? So these are the what are reaction mechanism. Is that clear everyone? Have you understood? So that is what based on the stability of intermediate, we have the what two types of reaction, that is kinetically controlled reaction, thermodynamically controlled reaction. So next we are going to see the water. So what are the steps which are present in the reaction in organic reactions? So now here product will be there. So mainly in the formation of product, so there are mainly 3 steps are involved. What are those? First one is what cleavage of bond. Cleavage or fission of bond. Fission of bond. So cleavage of bond or fission of bond. That is first step. And after that second step is what nature of attacking reagent. So types of attacking reagent. It depends mainly on the what types of attacking reagents. So what are the different types of attacking reagents we have? So it depends mainly on the what attacking reagent. And third category is what here? So type of electronic displacement. So it depends on the what electron displacement. So that is electron displacement effect. Electron displacement effects. So these are the major factors which affect on the organic reaction. What are those? First one is what cleavage of bond or fission of bond. Next is what types of attacking reagent. Next one is what electron displacement effects. So among these 2 are very very important. Every point is important here. So first we are going to see in this class cleavage of bond, that is bond fission. What type of bond fissions we have, we are going to see here. So types of attacking reagent, electron displacement, those all we are going to see. So one by one. Okay na? So first we are going to see the what bond fission. So bond fission. So there are mainly 2 types of bond fissions are there. So one is what homolytic bond fission. Homolytic bond fission. Homolytic bond fission. And next one is what heterolytic bond fission. What is mean by homolytic bond fission? We are going to see. So homolytic bond fission in the sense what the symmetrical breakage of covalent bond which is present in the substrate. So first whatever the existing bonds are there, those bonds should be break. So after that only attacking of reagent takes place. After that what happens, the displacement of electron will takes place from one atom to another atom. Those all will takes place. So first which type of cleavage it is taking place? Homolytic bond fission in the sense what the bond, the symmetrical breakage of covalent bond is called what? The symmetrical breakage, the symmetrical cleavage or breakage of covalent bond. The symmetrical breakage of covalent bond is called, the symmetrical breakage of covalent bond is called homolytic fission. It's called what? Homolytic cleavage or homolytic fission. Homolytic fission. Is that clear everyone? So now here we are going to see here what when it will takes place homolytic fission means both the bonded atoms should be having similar electronegativity. same electronegativity or nearly same electronegativity containing atoms, their homolytic bond fission takes place. This homolytic bond fission takes place in presence of sunlight. So it requires the what to this homolytic bond will be what very stronger when compared to the heterolytic bond fission. Now you take the what here, two atoms are there, A and E. So whenever one bond indicates what two electrons, so if we are breaking symmetrically, then what happens? We are getting the what two radicals. This is one A atom. This one atom is having the what both the atoms are sharing the what one electron each, equally they are sharing. That is what the symmetrical distribution of covalent bond, the symmetrical breakage of covalent bond taking place between these two, because both the electronegativity of this atom and this atom will be what almost similar. Okay now, so then we are getting the what radical, this single electron containing species, single electrons containing species are called free radicals. Species are called free radicals. These are called what? Free radicals. So these free radicals are high energetic species. Now if you take the what two chlorine atoms in chlorine molecule, so what happens? The symmetrical breakage of covalent bond takes place. We are getting the what two chlorine radicals. And also you can take ethane. So both the carbon atoms are having nearly same electronegativity, symmetrical breakage takes place. We are getting two methyl radicals. So two methyl radicals we are getting. This is what we are calling homolytic bond fission. Okay now. So next we are going to see the what heterolytic bond fission. Next we are going to see the heterolytic bond fission. So what is meant by heterolytic bond fission here? Unsymmetrical breakage of covalent bond. Heterolytic bond fission. So heterolytic bond fission in the sense what? Unsymmetrical breakage of covalent bond. Unsymmetrical breakage of covalent bond. Breakage of covalent bond. Unsymmetrical breakage of covalent bond. This is called what? So heterolytic bond fission. Now when this heterolytic bond fission takes place, when the bond is slightly polar in nature, when it will be polar, when there is a difference in the electronegativity, then only it will be takes place. Say for example, A and B are there, these two are having what different electronegativities. So then what happens here? We are getting the unequal sharing, unsymmetrical breakage. Means what here this atom, say for example here electronegativity of A is more than the electronegativity of B, then what happens? We are getting the what negative charge on the B and positive charge on the B. Okay now, because A is having more ability to attract the bonded pair electron towards itself, that is what we are calling electronegativity. So it is attracting more strongly the bonded pair electron. Then what happens? It will get the negative charge. So it gets a positive charge when electronegativity of A is more than the electronegativity of B. Next is what electronegativity of A is less than the electronegativity of B. Then what happens? A will get the what positive charge and B will get the what negative charge. Okay now. So this when it takes place, when it is having more ability, B is having more ability, then B will attract the bonded pair electron towards itself. Then B minus A plus we are getting. So positive and negatively charged species we are getting by heterolytic bond fission. So by heterolytic bond fission we are getting the what cation and anion. So the negatively charged species are called anion. So positively charged species are called cations. By homolytic bond fission we are getting one electron, that is odd number of electron containing species we are getting. Those are called what free radicals. Here the charged species we are getting. The charged species are called what? The charged species are called cation and anion. If it is positive cation, if it is negative, it is called anion. So that is what heterolytic bond fission. You can take the what HCl. HCl is what? Whatever the bond which is, this bond is what? Polar bond. So polar bond, then what happens? Which one will have more electronegativity? Chlorine will have the what? More electronegativity. So then this chlorine will attract this bonded electron towards itself. Chlorine will get the negative charge hydrogen will get the positive charge. Similarly, you can take the water CH3Cl, methyl chloride. In this case, this chlorine will have the water more electronegativity. Here, these three hydrogens, we should not write like this. Okay, for fast writing, we are writing CH3, but we have to write like this, H3C. Means these three hydrogens are binded to this carbon. This carbon is directly binded to this chlorine. So then what happens? This chlorine will gain the energy, gain the bonded pair electron. Cl minus plus CH3 plus we are getting. This carbocation we are getting. In case of if you are taking Grignard reagent, that is alkyl magnesium halide. Alkyl magnesium halide. In this case, when compared to magnesium, carbon is having more negative charge, electronegativity is more. Then carbon will get the negative charge, this magnesium will get the positive charge. So it depends on the water completely. It depends on the water electronegativity. So based on that, it will takes place the water breakage of covalent bond. By heterolytic bond fission, we are going to get the water positively charged species. By homolytic cleavage, we are getting the water single electron containing species. Those are called free radical, these are called ionic species. Is that clear, everyone? So next step, first step we had cleared, that is what cleavage of bond or breakage of bond. So next step is very important, types of attacking reagent. Don't miss that one. If you have understood what is mean by electrophile, what is mean by nucleophile, what is mean by free radical, so then you are going to observe the water reactions, how you are getting the reactions. So you are going to understand the proper reaction. Is that clear? If you really like this video, you please do subscribe and share with others. Okay, thank you. Have a nice